Good morning, LinkedIn family. It's a thankful Tuesday, and I'm really thankful for this next connection that I want to introduce you to. I've been connected to Amy here for a couple of years now. I've watched her sort of transition and grow throughout LinkedIn. And Amy currently is in the job market. And I thought this would be a great opportunity for you all to get to know her so that you can connect with her, so that you can follow her, so that you could engage with her, and let's hopefully get her some awareness so that we can get her her next opportunity here. So right now, I want to introduce you all to the very talented Amy Schmaling, which I got her name right last
Yeah.
time. Amy,
You
thanks for
did.
joining me on Coffee with Bob. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it. And your support through the past couple of years. It's been stupendous.
Yeah, well, you're awesome. I think you're a great addition to any organization that would have you. Tell us, Amy, a little bit about yourself.
So originally I was born and raised in Greenwich, Connecticut, and I recently just moved for a role to Florida. COVID hit and then I was let go. So, and that's that. So now I'm currently in Florida trying to find a full-time permanent job or even a contract role for, 6 months or something that's temp to perm. I have extensive experience as an administrative assistant and extensive experience as an executive assistant. I've supported C-suite from CEO down to CTOs, CFOs, you name it. I've basically done it. Jack of all trades, master of none, as I like to say. I've worked in financial services, hedge fund management, healthcare, insurance, legal, technology, construction, fintech. I do have to say though, my favorite role was working at a certain bank when I had 7 equity research analysts. So it was kind of like traveling through their eyes because they were all over the place: Boston,
Wow.
San Francisco, Ireland, Paris. I was like, can I go?
So you were the assistant for seven executives at the same time?
Seven, that's 7 inboxes, that's 7 calendars.
Wow. And
Yeah.
and so when you're doing that for any executive or for multiple executives like that, what tools are you really proficient in?
So for that specific role, I was using Lotus Notes, which a lot of
Wow.
people haven't, yeah, exactly, aren't familiar with. So I'm proficient in Lotus Notes. I'm proficient in Outlook, Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint. I actually just took some refresher classes because, hey, when you're on unemployment, why not learn some? I took a Power BI class.
Wow. Okay.
I also took the whole Microsoft Office certification classes, and then I also took one other, Access, and then
Ah,
there was one other.
okay.
So yeah, so I'm probably, if you don't, the deal, you don't use it, you lose it.
This is true.
So I
So
have to keep practicing.
yeah. So if someone were to ask you, what is your strongest asset as an executive assistant, what would you say?
I would definitely have to say my work ethic and my attention to detail, and definitely calendar management, because some of those calendars are like Fort Knox and you have to move everything and you have to send every email with a smile.
Well, and you bring lots of smiles on LinkedIn. I'll give you that much. That's for sure.
I try.
So, I know myself. I mean, I've only been blessed with having an executive assistant once in my career, and one of the things that always struck me as amazing with this person is the way that she was able to anticipate needs.
Yeah.
What's that all about? How do you guys do that?
So I generally personally, you know, calendar 2 weeks ahead, and then the morning of, get the agenda ready, either email it or send it via instant messenger. It depends on what their preference is. But
Hmm.
I will go through the calendar. I will side load like, an internal meeting, prior to the actual meeting, get all their LinkedIn profiles, any articles I can find, just so this way the executive is prepared.
Wow. Okay. And you're the gatekeeper in a lot of cases, right?
Oh yeah.
And how does that work?
I mean, every company is different. Example would be when I worked at a certain bank, I was the gatekeeper because the press wanted to get a hold of the research analysts, and they would have to go to compliance, and compliance would have to read over their questions before the analyst could answer them.
Oh, okay. So you're keeping everybody at bay at that point, right?
Yeah, that too.
And so in your perfect role, right? Um, tell us a little bit about where you'd like to land you're in Florida, right?
I am currently in Florida. I'm in a little town called Ruskin, so that puts me 35 minutes south of Tampa, and I want to say about 40 minutes north of Sarasota, give or take, depending on traffic. I'm also 45 minutes away from St. Petersburg, so I can go in any direction I need to go.
Awesome. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And when you talk about contract work, right? How does that work for an executive assistant?
So I can go in and fill in for someone who's sick, a maternity leave. Generally, you go in like you would for anything else. You go in for a job interview. If they like you, they'll bring you on for the 6 months. After the 6 months is done, or the 4 months, then you're back to job hunting again.
Ah, okay. All right.
Yeah.
So preferably you'd rather land at a full-time gig, right?
Yeah, definitely. I would love to have medical benefits and some vacation time. I haven't taken a vacation in a good 15 to 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get that. I understand. I get it
Mm-hmm.
hard when you're doing all that.
Yeah.
So in the all the industries that you've been in so far, which one do you feel that you really shined at?
I actually really enjoyed construction. I have no idea why. I just did. No clue why.
So working for a construction company.
Yeah, working for a construction company would be fun. I just find that they're a bit more laxed, where when you're in financial services or hedge funds, they're a bit more tight-lipped, a bit
Uh,
more firm, more conservative. Healthcare was fun. I enjoyed healthcare. I wouldn't mind going back into the healthcare atmosphere again. And I've done, technology and legal. Technology would be fun as well, depending on the culture.
right, right. Yeah. Culture is important, right?
Huge.
Yeah. So speaking of culture, what type of culture do you flourish in?
Um, that's the thing. I flourish in all of them because I've been in so many. You know, a question that I'm constantly asked all the time is, how do you handle pressure? And I'm like, I'm a New Yorker. What's pressure? And people don't understand it
Yeah.
because every day when you work in New York, you're under pressure. So, I mean, you're going to create diamonds, and that's what we have to do.
Yeah. Yeah. So pressure is nothing for you then, right?
No deadlines. Not worried about those either because I generally will come in early or stay late until it's done.
Hmm. Yeah. So and that really describes your work ethic. If anyone out there who has been following Amy or looked at Amy's post, you can see that she has a terrific ethic out there.
Definitely, yeah, definitely persistent.
Yeah, you are definitely you are that. You've got some great hashtags out there that we all need to follow, and I'm going to tag them all in this post so that you can follow them and see them.
That
Um,
my crazy skydiving pictures, right?
yeah, yeah, absolutely. That shows that you have courage and you've got the heart of a lion. I'll give you that.
Yep,
Sure,
definitely.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So if you're not at all connected with, following, or engaging with Amy, I highly recommend it. And if any of you out there are looking for an executive assistant that has a lot of grit, that is brilliant, and that is just, let's face it, generally all around nice person. Let's connect with Amy and let's follow her and let's hook up with her and pass along any job openings that you might have or might be aware of, even remote jobs, right? Amy, I
Yeah,
mean that'll
remote.
work too.
Yeah.
So if you look in the comments below, I'm going to post Amy's resume. And if you have any opportunities for either direct messenger or comment in the links below. Okay. Amy, thank you so much for being with
Thank
me.
you.
I really appreciate it. And I wish you the best of luck.
It
And
was a
we're
pleasure.
gonna keep getting your hashtag out there.
Great, I really appreciate it. Thanks so much for your time today.
You're welcome.
All
All right.
righty.
Bye-bye.
Bye.